Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's Revolt GH or Revolt Media. I'm sorry, we've changed it. It's Revolt Media, which is REVOLT Media. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and all digital platforms is the Revolt Media. And of course, as always, we're going to give you a great show. But before that, let us say thank you to our sponsors. Today we are sponsored by Believers Attire. As you can see today, I'm rocking one of their shirts. Finally, I'm rocking one of their shirts. It says ASAP. And as always say a prayer. Okay, always say a prayer is very important. So always say a prayer. And as you see Kumasi's very soon, it says give God glory. They have different types. Believers Attire is a Christian-themed T-shirt which aims to start conversations and to motivate and affirm our trust in God. If you want one of the shirts, reach out to 220-465-0822. 220-465-0822. Inkwell Printing. For all your printing needs, whether you need volume copies, you need business cards, you need envelopes, brochures, flyers, promo items, carbonless forms, invitations, rubber stamps, photos, and all your printing needs, reach out to Inkwell Printing. They're located on 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, Columbus, Ohio 43229. Or you can give them a call on 614-888-2201. RG Kids Portrait. They specialize in maternity, kids, and baby shoes. It comes with decor and attire for all the new moms out there, mommies to be, the babies, all of them. Reach out to RG Kids Portrait so that they can capture all the special moments. You can find them on Instagram. It's RG_kids_portrait. Or you can give them a call on 614-254-2151. I will be hosting a Sip and Shop. A Sip and Shop is happening October 14th at 4:30 p.m. It's going to happen at 3400 Clubway Court, Columbus, Ohio. Oh, Powell, Ohio. Yes, 3400 Clubway Court, Powell, Ohio. It is a free event. There'll be food, there'll be drinks, there'll be great music, great people. It's going to be a great show. Come check it out. It's a free event. October 14th at 4:30 p.m. With that said, let's get the show started. But before that, of course, let me introduce my co-host, my host of the day, Mr. The God himself, okay? The God himself. How are you, Kumasi?
I'm all right. How you doing, Jasmine?
I'm sleepy.
Oh, you are?
The rain is not helping my
day,
situation. Yeah. The rain is not helping.
Which situation are you talking about?
I'm on my bed. Hey, hold on. I'm talking about my bed. I want to sleep, okay?
You sure about that?
I do. But how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Like I said, I want to sleep. Okay? So today's show, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Career versus family. Woo!
Episode 11.
Episode 11. Oh, wow.
Letter by letter, we are moving.
We're getting there.
Yep.
Wow, we've done good. Yes,
Yep,
good job to all of us.
Yep, we have.
We've done great. And thank you to you guys all for also watching. Don't forget to share, like, send us your comments. What do you think? Today's show is about to be spicy. Just Kumasi and I. Career versus family. Which one is more important for you? I'm going to start with you. I'm minding my business.
I feel like society has changed so much, you know, and we have been talking about career. I think in the 21st century, almost everything is about career.
Yeah.
Career. I think it's the biggest lie of the 21st century, in my view. But also, I cannot blame those who go for career, you know. But in my view, I'll say family is everything.
You know, I'm 50-50.
Okay.
I know before the show I was like, oh, family. But then I'm 50-50 because at the end of the day, in the world that we're in, money is very important.
Right.
If you don't have money, you can't put a roof over your head. If you don't have money, there's no food on your table, your kids, you know. So I personally feel like, I won't say we should prioritize career over family, but we live in an era that is the main priority. Like you said, 21st century. As a woman, my career defines me a little bit. You know, when I have a great career, you are looked at in a different lens. You know, compared to, let's say, I'm not doing anything. Like, compared to back in the day where, like, let's say if a woman is not even working, it's not a big deal because a man's responsibility. As in this era, whatever career I have, people can either prejudge you based on your career. Like, let's say if you have a high level ranking job, it's like you're looked at as a very responsible, classy, you know. And if you have a certain type of job, whatever job you have, you are defined by it. So I feel like it pushes us, especially I can speak as a woman, it pushes me as a woman to have a certain type of career. Because then that will bring, they say if a woman has a good career, it brings high quality men. I don't know how true that is.
That is not true.
Are you sure?
That's not true.
Are you sure?
That's not true.
How? What do you mean it's not true?
Okay, so men look down whilst women look up.
Okay.
So the more the woman goes up, it becomes harder to find a man at that
Tame
level.
her. Let's be honest.
No, it's not even about taming.
Okay.
And that's how the feminists are doing.
Yeah.
They make it look like it's a control thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not a control thing.
Okay.
Naturally, women prefer somebody that can give them experience.
Yes.
Naturally. It doesn't matter how many billions a woman have. Naturally, they expect their men to take care of them. So because of that, women will not even go for somebody that they are financially better than. It's hard for them to make that decision.
That's true.
If they really have to make that decision, then it's at that, you know, it's not a natural decision for a woman to, you know, make. Men naturally goes down because they want to be able to, I said this, I think 2 days ago, that men are naturally dominant, territorial people. We like to have dominion over everything that we have. You know, like my kids, my wife, you know, so I want to be there for them. That's men. It is hard. It is hard for you to have dominion over somebody that makes more money over you.
You think so? Don't you think
so.
it's character?
No, it's not. It's not. Women naturally expect their men to take care of them. How you think?
I understand.
But how you think a man? How you think the man that have $100,000 that makes $100,000 a year gonna take care of a woman that makes $1 million a year?
I get where you're coming from, but I feel like it's also a character thing. I really personally feel, because you can meet a woman that makes more. I can honestly sit here and honestly say, and I know you say I'm not your normal type of woman, but I can honestly say that I have encountered people that maybe, of course I'm a woman, people approach me that I would say I have made more than, especially when it comes to, you know, finances wise. I have made more than, but I never like look down, because you can make less and still like take care of your partner.
So some before people make that kind of decision, they add potentials to it.
Yes, okay, I have to see.
Yeah, men can make that decision without any potential.
Why?
Yeah. You see, that's why I keep telling you that we are different.
So what do you guys look for? So you guys can go for an irresponsible woman?
No, that's not what it is. Men naturally look for peace. That's why I'm telling you, a doctor can go into the village and pick somebody that's never been to school before and marry her.
Do you think career is only based on education?
Mostly.
I think career is identified.
Mostly it's education and talent.
Okay, because I was about to say, what about talent?
Yeah, mostly it's education and talent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's hard for a woman to make that decision. You know? It is. How many women that you know? Just look. How many women do you know that they make more money than their men?
I think I'm one or two.
Few.
One or two. I know about two.
Yeah, few.
I know about 2 years.
Most of the women that you know is their husband that make more money.
But what is wrong if the woman makes more money?
You know why?
Like, let's say I make more money.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But because women are naturally wired to be taken care of, the moment they make more money, they start to expect more. And then
from the man.
Yes.
Okay.
But the man is supposed to take care of the woman. So the moment the woman makes more money, the woman expects more from the man. And you know what happened? It clashes with the nature of the man. And it becomes hard for them to cohabitate.
I understand where I really understand where you're coming from, that it makes it hard to have it. But then I feel like we live in an era where people, I think you were talking about, people are starting businesses. You don't know where your business is going to go. You don't know what is going to happen. Women are, of course, going to colleges. Great women are, going to school, changing their field, yada, yada. And I personally feel like it might get to a point where, because then if we say that then no man might marry a woman with a higher degree or a higher education, maybe let's say we're both nurses in a company. Mm-hmm. I am a nurse, you're a nurse. We both are we have the same level of education. I'm not higher than you. But maybe it might be a situation, I'm a hard worker, so I get a promotion, right? And I'm making more money than you now. Mm. I don't think that should be a basis in which, you decide on.
But it's not about what you think. It's about the reality. 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Number one cause of divorce is finances. So do the
finances. That means that there's okay. Wait, hold on. Finances doesn't originally mean that because the woman is making.
No, I'm
more.
not saying because the woman. It's mostly because women expect things from their men.
I get it, but a man can make less and still provide and take care of his partner. Am I wrong? Do you think a man can make less?
You are not 100% wrong.
Okay, so a man can make less and take care of his partner as long as she's. I feel like the thing is not about who makes more money. I feel like as a man, I know that, okay, my man is supposed to take care of me. My man is supposed to provide for me. My man is supposed to care for me. A lot of women, if you meet a woman like me, taking care of me does not mean giving me money all the time. Taking care of me means in other areas or in other situations. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So you can meet a man that gives you all the time. Maybe I will make more than him.
So what you are now considering is, when you start getting into high-profile positions in life, your territory changes, your lifestyle changes, the way the kind of restaurants you go changes, the kind of clothes you wear changes, the kind of car you drive changes. So what it does is it put pressure on this guy, because mostly the woman is expecting the man to do things to match up, and if the man cannot match up, that's where the problem comes in. It becomes a force on the man. Like, I have to do what I cannot do. That's why most men go lower, and then women go upper.
So then that would make a lot of women lazy. I'm so sorry. Because if I have that, okay, let's say I have that in my head, right? As a woman, especially me, when I see myself Oprah's 2.0. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. I've given myself to 50. By 50, I'll be Oprah's 2.0. You all should remember I said it. But if I see myself that way, I don't have in my head that, okay, or the man I have to marry also has to see himself that way. Everybody and their strength.
It doesn't have to be in your head. It is the natural DNA of a woman to be taken care of.
No. I get it. Oprah and her husband, boyfriend, fiance.
Oprah is not married.
They've been fiancé for years.
She's the wrong one. Use Beyonce and Jay-Z.
No, I'll use Oprah and fiance.
Because they are not married.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z makes more money than Beyonce. So I can't use them too.
But you can't use Oprah because they're not married.
But Oprah, they've been together for over 20 years. They're life partners. They're life partners. According to California law, they're life partners.
They are just dating. That's it.
But then she makes more money than him.
Yeah.
Right? In a situation, because then it makes it hard for me.
That man doesn't have any responsibility to Oprah. That man is not married to Oprah.
Okay.
He doesn't have any responsibility.
Let's just use an example that when I reach Oprah 2.0, my husband might not be Oprah 2.0, my level of riches, right?
Of course.
But then I respect him. I honor him. I give him the respect that he needs. Maybe, things have changed, so maybe I might have to foot the bill on some things.
Right.
But he takes care of me to that level. I feel like that shouldn't be a problem. Because if we say that, then a lot of girls would be... Because right now in my head, I'm like, hey, should I keep pushing or should I wait till my husband comes?
But hold on. It's not what we should do. It's the why. So when you look at the olden days...
Oprah is still with Seinfeld.
When you look at... They are not married. That's different. You cannot... The example that you are making,
but their relationship has lasted longer than a lot of marriages.
But when they marry, that's where when they get married right now, that's where responsibilities, legal responsibilities comes, and that's where the clash starts. That's why most people keep saying that, oh, when we were dating, everything was fine. When you get married,
it's different.
When you get married, there's a lot of responsibility that comes in the situation.
So then people be lazy.
What do you mean by people who be lazy?
No, women, young girls who be lazy
How?
now. Because, okay, if I have to keep pushing and maybe a man will come and realize, oh, she's ahead of me and not take me seriously. Maybe I'm...
What do you mean by not take you seriously?
Not
Men, it's women that think like that. Men don't think like that.
No,
the
but
fact
you
that
just said it.
my woman don't have money doesn't mean I don't take her seriously.
Okay, but what
It is women that don't take men seriously when they don't have money.
I don't... Okay, no, don't do that. We do take you seriously. Hold on, calm down. Don't do that. No, I get where you're coming from, but I'm trying to think about it from like a 20-person-year-old woman, right? Us saying that, right, then I will not push as hard. Like me right now, I'm thinking, okay, because a lot of the guys that I meet, honestly, I've met a guy that says, why do you have so many dreams? Why do you have that? And I remember I met a guy, he was a very lovely young man. And I was telling him, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Everything that I'm doing will tie into each other. Because everything that I do, I make sure that it ties into each other.
Of course.
So everything I'm doing, it ties into the skincare, media. You know, if with great skin and I sit in front, you know, it all matches. And he was like, why do you have that?
There's somebody, you were dealing with somebody who
I've met 3 people that have said that.
Maybe you need to change your cycle because I don't know.
I met 3 different people that have said that.
Meet, all what I'm trying to say.
You know, if you do that, then it's like you want. But then a lot of men have that.
All what I'm trying to say is there's a natural DNA for a woman. So when you go to the Jewish community, let me tell you something I just found out. They have something called ketubah, right? Ketubah is basically like a prenup, but it's for the man to the woman. So before you get married, you sign that document. It's called ketubah.
Okay.
So you go to your father-in-law's, you know, you go to your wife's house and meet the family. They tell you the ketubah, how much you putting down if the marriage break.
What? Wait, how much the man is putting down?
Yes, if the marriage break.
I like that.
You know why they do that?
Why?
Because they know women loses their value from time to time. So when you leave this woman have something.
No, I like that.
It doesn't go to the man. That's what I was trying to tell you.
No, but that's a good thing.
So
will you agree to me signing that?
I will do that. Yo, let me tell you this.
I'm gonna have
that is not a woman walking up, but that's different. Let's not.
No, but it is right though. Hold on, I can have my man sign that to me.
No, you don't decide that. It is the family.
And so I'll throw hints in his head so that he signs it. So in case
you throw hints to whose head?
Like you just said, it's a prenup. Ketubah. The man signs it to the woman. So let's say like divorce is about to happen. The woman gets $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's the same thing that our forefathers used to do.
No, but this one there's no paperwork. Our forefathers there's no paperwork.
But
this one there's legal paperwork.
But look at this. Our lifestyle have now been based on paper. Our lifestyles. When 2 families sit together and give a handshake, it is worth more than.
Right now, handshake don't mean nothing anymore, please.
No. It may not mean nothing to the environment you find yourself. Go to the Everland and tell the 2 elders, 2 families sit down and give a handshake, and you sit in and cry and say, it doesn't mean anything. It means a lot of things.
Oh, wow.
What I'm trying to say is they put all these things in place. So marriages, when people are going into marriage, they give their all to the marriage. 1, the man naturally knows I have to take care of my woman. It's not the woman's responsibility to take care of the man.
But you know right now it's 50-50 in this era. It's 50-50.
It's not.
It's 50-50.
No, it's not. It's not. How many homes in America here that you will go, they say that the man put 50% down, the woman put. When you guys say 50-50, well, you know what 50-50 is?
Recently, didn't you hear Gabrielle Union say it? She says she does.
And 50-50. I always tell you that don't use those guys. Don't use their lifestyle.
I use them because that is what society are going by.
That's not what society is going by. That's not what
your era. Hold on, your era.
No.
Your era is
but
different.
Even this era,
they go by it. Well, not me. I'm not doing 50-50 with no man. I don't care.
They don't do that.
I don't care how much money I make.
It's not a normal behavior. That 50-50 thing. 50-50. You know what 50-50 means? 50-50 means everything.
We split
it. It means if I buy this water for my son, you need to buy water for my son too. That's what 50-50 means. Is that what is going on?
I'm not doing the craziness.
That's not what is happening. People make it look like, people chip like, so let's say in my house, I spend like 4,500 every month. So because I spend 4,500 every month, so it means my wife paid 2,250.
But recently, a Nigerian girl.
It means if I'm mowing, my wife is shoveling the snow.
Yeah, she's a Nigerian comedian. I forgot her name. Kemi or something. She's a Nigerian comedian that made the exact same statement. She was asked in an interview about who pays, like how bills and stuff, because she makes money. And I think she makes more money than her husband now because of, TikTok, and her TikTok went boom. So because of TikTok and all of that, she makes more money than her husband. And she was asked in an interview, like, how does it work in her house? And she said in her house it's 50-50 because the reason why it's 50-50, like
when she says 50-50,
like when it comes to
most of the
rent.
time, if anybody tells you 50-50, let them explain.
So her 50-50, she did explain. She said rent, they split it. Electric, they split it. Like the bills that come into, she didn't say anything about.
Did they get gifts?
She didn't say anything about that. She just, her husband gifts her. She said that her husband can gift her.
So when the husband buy an iPhone 15, you buy the iPhone 15 too.
Oh, that one is not.
I'm telling you, there's nobody that can do 50-50 in their homes.
They mean bills. I think most people they say 50-50.
Why does it have to be bills though?
Most of the time they mean bills.
That's where we are getting it wrong, because it cannot only be on a specific thing. Do you know how attention means to women?
It means a lot.
You can't put money on that. So when I'm giving you that, it may value more than the money that I'm giving to you. So how you gonna put 50-50 on that?
Or when society say these days when they say
they
50-50,
society don't even understand what they are doing.
They mean bills. So she was saying she's a Nigerian in Nigeria. She was saying, yeah, they do 50-50 because her thing is like, you know how when I say the prenup, in case if there's a divorce and I go, at least I have something to fall on. She was saying, I do 50-50. My name is also on it. So in case he wants, one day he gets up and say, get out of my house, he can't do that because it's 50-50. And when she said that, I literally, I think it was the week we were talking about prenup. It was that same week. So I literally ran to the comments. I'll send you the video.
Okay.
I ran to the comments trying to see like what people think. And it looks like so many young women now have that same mentality.
Because that is the idea that Hollywood is pushing. Well, what I'm saying is that it's not feasible. It's not reality. When people tell you it's 50-50, it means when you have two kids, you have to give them the same attention, the same time. So you could have two kids, and one may need attention than the other.
That's true.
Because maybe you could have a child that may...
One is independent, one can be...
You understand? You cannot do anything 50-50 when it comes to the union. So when people keep talking about, 50-50, it does not work. But let's not even deviate from our topic. So career and family. Do you know that it's only 4% of the population in America have a career?
Damn.
Yeah.
What do people consider career though?
Career
if
is
a person works at McDonald's, that could be their career.
No. So, okay. Find the definition of career.
No.
So a job is something that you will not voluntarily do. You won't do it out of will.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You are being told to do. That's why you are doing it.
Yeah.
A career, it could be career is something that you do out of your will. This is what I want to do. You don't have to be told to do. You will do it.
But then that's not career. Though.
It is. So let me use let me use Usain Bolt as an example. Nobody has to tell him that Usain Bolt go train. He just have to get up and go train. He doesn't have to be paid for it. He'll still have to do. That is a career. It's only 4% of the population, according to American sociology.
Well, a career, an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life and with opportunities for progress. So everybody can consider a job as a career.
No, a job cannot be a career.
They said, according to Webster, it says similar to a profession, occupation, vocation, calling, employment, job, day job, line of work, walk of life, position, post, and sphere. Okay, that one, ignore that last one.
So.
Because I can consider my job a career. Well, it's not a career, Jesus. It's not.
So
it's because I'm paying bills.
Most people are doing jobs. If you are doing a job,
this is a career.
This can be a career. Right now, we don't get paid.
Damn, I put my business out there. People think I'm rich out there. Don't do that.
We are doing it out of will. Right? Nobody tells us to come here.
You just really put my business out there.
I'm just trying to let people.
Okay, so that is a career.
With the hope, it's a career with the hope that. So sometimes in careers you can put in like 80 hours a week.
Oh yeah.
Look at Gloria.
I'm putting in yesterday. I put in almost 12 hours. I didn't sleep till 3 a.m.
You see?
4 a.m.
You see?
Yeah.
Look at the hours that you are putting in.
Yes.
You won't put that hours in it. You barely put the hours in the job.
I barely like my job that much.
You
I hope
understand?
my bosses don't watch.
So that is the difference. And most people have been told that, oh, let's do career. But it's only 4%
So then
of
that's
the
not a
population.
career. That's a job.
Yeah. It's a job.
Of people going to college
It's
just
a
to
job.
get a
It's a
degree and
job.
go work. It's not a career.
It's a job. It's basically a job. That's why, high profile people like, so let's say when you are in a law firm, when you make partner, that's where you have a career.
That's when your career starts.
That's why you have a career. So
Yeah.
career is for only a few people. How many of us can get a career? But what happens is most of us, I'm going for a career, and then we miss our youthful time. And then by the time we hit 45, 50, like, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. There's nothing in this world better than family.
I beg to, I'm 50-50. I'm so sorry. Because, family, you have the family, you don't have the funds to take care of the family.
What do you mean by you have family, you don't have the funds to take care
Oh, you have a job, right? You don't have a career.
You have a job. You go to your work, you come home. You go to your work, you come home. How? Tell me what you think.
A
That's what we're
person
here.
can consider their job a career. Sorry. People think a career is a job.
Okay. Anything that you have that can be taken away from you.
It's a
Anything
career.
that
Doctors,
Huh?
they work in hospitals that don't belong to them. It's their career.
But what I'm saying is when doctors own their hospitals, when doctors have their own practice, that is what's considered career. If you don't get to the top, that's why it's only 4% of
Somebody
people.
said, are you sure?
I'm positive.
No, but then,
I'm positive.
if I'm a doctor,
If the
That's my
doctor,
career.
so let's say it's a doctor that works at OSU, can I decide he's not going to go to work today?
he could. He's a doctor.
No. What do you mean by he's a doctor? It has
Anybody can wake up and decide not to work.
It has to be that he have time to cover that.
What if they don't and you just call off?
Then they go against you.
So it's still a career.
But hold on. When you have a career, nobody controls that. You control it. That's a career. Beyonce have a career. Usain Bolt have a career. Elon Musk, he has a career. Those are the people that have careers. If you are doing working for somebody and then you are getting paid 200,000,
That's my career field.
that's a job that you voluntarily get up and go work. That's a
It's
job.
involuntary because you don't have choice.
You don't have a choice. You get it because in reality, sometimes even when you are there are certain things that you wouldn't do, but you are forced to do. You go to a place that there are certain things that you wouldn't do, but you are forced to do.
Okay.
That is when Beyonce get a call and say, "Hey, come to Saudi Arabia and perform." She said, "I'm not taking this gig." That's a career. When you are able to, so let me tell you this: when you are in a law firm, right, and you are able to say, "I'm not taking this client," you have a career.
Well, you can have a job and still say, "I'm not doing it."
What do you?
It just happened
You
to me
have
a couple of days
you
ago.
have to
and
leave.
It happened to me a couple of days ago, and I said I wasn't doing it, I didn't do it. But
I'm saying
today I didn't have a chance. I did it.
I'm saying you will have to leave that job.
Are you sure? If it's against
positive.
my belief, I'm not doing it. I don't care
Then
what
you
job.
would-
I don't
then
care who's paying me. If it's
Then you
against
wouldn't
my
have a
belief,
job. Then you wouldn't have a job. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Those who have career don't get up thinking about whether they are going to have a job or not. That's a job and a career. That's what I'm trying to say.
I personally feel like I feel like then for a long time career has been defined wrongly.
It is defined because that's the agenda.
Because
that's the
career
agenda
is job.
to make everybody believe.
People don't believe.
Trust me, they would not believe me until they are
Because
45,
people said
50.
that you can own your own job, but then because of the money you see
how you own your own job.
Let's say like how we are doing. This is a career, right?
It is.
Because let's say we need the money, and a company comes, we may not want to do it, but because you need the money, you get up and go do it. Let's say Beyonce doesn't want to perform, and there's a situation. I'm not saying she's broke, but like there's a situation where money is tight, and she gets up and.
But that person is the one that makes the call. You make the call. So right now, if somebody comes to us right now and say, "Hey, I need you guys to do something for us," Even though we don't feel like doing it, we still have the chance to make the call. If you work in my law firm, and I go and broker a deal and I brings the deal to you, Jasmine, you cannot say, I want to do it or I don't want to do it. When I bring it to you, you do it or you lose your job. There's difference between a job and a career.
Well, guys, I guess I didn't have a career in billing.
So it is, and that is the lie that we've sold to people that, focus on the career. Focus on the career.
Because
how many people have careers? It's a few people that have careers.
I'm one of the few people. I'm one of the 4%.
It's a few people that have careers.
I'm very happy about my 4%.
So, what it does is, so you look at it from this point of view. When women are teenagers, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say a 19-year-old kid. When you ask a 19-year-old kid, what do you prefer? Family or career?
They'll say career. Because
right?
That's what has been instilled in us.
Right.
Why do?
But guess what? When you hit 30 years, it's only fewer people
They'll
that
say family.
They say family. You know why?
Why?
Sometimes
we want you to say it. Why?
You know why women will prefer family in the later years?
Why?
Because life started getting lonesome.
It does get lonely, guys.
You become very lonely when you don't have family. So that's why when you go to the Spanish community.
Please, I'm not lonely.
When you go to, but you are not 40. It actually started at 45. When you go to the Spanish community, right? That's why they encourage their daughters to have kids early.
But not in the African community.
So
now.
when they have kids early, what happens is, so let's say 18-year-old girl that has the kids. By the time that girl is 40, that lady is 40. Guess what? 22, 20, 18. Mm-hmm. That's where they can live life. So that's when they can actually live life and still be there for their grandkids and be able to. So that's how they have structured our community. The only problem that we are having is probably, you look back, I bet you your grandmother probably had the first child around like 18 or 20.
No, it was actually earlier. She was 15, 16. 15 or 16, 15.
There we go. That was the same culture that we used to have.
16.
So your prime years, it's not the time to nurture kids, it's the time to make money.
Well, by the time she was, I think, in her kids were mostly grown, so that's when she started her business.
So that's why they do it.
Yeah, she was focused on her business.
That's
in her 30s,
that's how they do it. But in this generation, they are telling us, hey, do it otherwise.
I think in this generation, the reason why they say do it otherwise is because for me personally, I'm in a place right now that my mental state is, I want to put myself in a position that my kids will not have to suffer.
Right.
I was talking to a friend, I think on Monday, and I was telling him that where I am, because of everything I've had to experience and everything I've had to, and most people make choices in life because you have to survive.
Right.
And I was telling my friend because I see myself and everything I've had to endure because I needed to survive. I work, the way my brain works, I work so hard so that when I choose to have kids, which one day I will have kids.
Of course.
When I have kids, my kids will not suffer. My kids will have, I won't say I'm not going to train them how, like, life is hard. I'm going to train them that life is hard, but at the same time, I'll be able to set my kids on a pedestal. When Donald Trump actually was where shifted my brain. Donald Trump said he went to his father for a small loan of $1 million to start his business. And now look at where his business is. So in my head, that was what motivated me. Like, I have to keep pushing. As much as I want the man will take care of me. Right. I have to keep pushing because I want one day when my daughter comes and be like, Mommy, I want to start a business. I'll be like, how much do you need? You need $1 million? Let's go. Let's sign it up. Beyonce right now, Blue Ivy is worth, from last time I checked, I think they said she's worth almost $3 million. And she's 11.
But when Blue Ivy needs money, Blue Ivy is not going to Beyonce. Blue Ivy will go straight to the father
because they've set her in a position. But
you know how that
her father has set her in a position.
But what I'm trying to say, you know what you just said. You are speaking like a single person.
I am single.
Okay, but if you want your kids to come to you, then maybe you should be thinking about a unit.
No, okay. I mean, I want my kids to be able to come to us and be like,
that's the point.
We need $1 million. But then if my husband doesn't have $1 million.
But hold on, there's always a structure in place.
Okay.
It's not even about the money. Sometimes it's not even about the capital. Sometimes it's about the social capital, how you place your kids. So there are so many ways to make money. It's not, because if the child is not disciplined, you can give them 100 million and it will be gone.
They'll blow it.
You understand?
But
It's not about the money.
But then career is positioning myself, right? Career can also be positioning yourself.
So what it is you can't have both.
I can.
No, you cannot.
I can.
And that is the you cannot.
So then you're saying I can't have this.
No,
I can't have
you cannot have creme of the creme, babe.
Why? No, why?
I'm about to explain. That's the reality in this world. You cannot. So look at a woman that says, I want to have a career, right? So basically, if a woman want to have a career, they put in like 70 to 80 hours a week. You think you can put in 70 to 80 hours a week and still be a mother?
Yes. My mother did it. Hold on. My mother put in 16 hours a week every day.
So your mother put in 16 hours.
And we turned out great.
But hold on. I'm happy you are laughing. It is impossible to do that. You cannot be there for your kids and do 70 to...
I'm crying real tears, you guys. I'm sorry. After I said that, I was like, wait, hold on. My mom, you had a problem?
Man, I'm telling you, it is tough.
Okay.
It is. And we do not explain these things to females, women. We do not explain that if you really want to. So that's why back in the day, they pushed the man away. Go do all the hustling. Somebody is in the house, and that's the woman. And because we are one unit, the father can be away for like months. The father can be away for like months, and still the children will feel the presence of the father in the house.
Of course,
because the father and the mother are one unit.
I understand.
You see, if you want to be that rich at that level, you should kind of look at the reality. Don't just look at it that can have both, because it's impossible.
Well,
they've sold them. Go ahead.
I get what you mean. But I can go back to my grandparents. My grandfather was a professor. He was a journalist. He was one of the first journalists for GBC at the time. He was a professor. He was one of the writers for Rollins? Yeah, Rollins. Rollins was the president, right? Was it Rollins? One of them. But then he did all of that. My grandmother, I can also say, was a traveler. She did the oils and stuff, and she did stores and construction work. She did all of that.
So who was home all the time?
They were both like, I would say my grandfather was more home than my grandmother because his career was in a crop.
How many kids do they have?
They have 10, 11.
How many females? How many males?
I can't remember. Oh, 4 boys. 4 boys, and then the rest were
11 females.
Girls, yeah.
How many of the females had kids out of wedlock?
Oh, none of them.
Okay.
Except one.
Except one, right? How many of the females were able to maintain their marriage? I'm not trying to put they were all able to. Yeah. What about the males?
All of them too.
All of them too.
Yeah, one passed away.
Financially, how are they doing?
I think they're good. I think 1 or 2. Of course, you always have that 1 or 2. They're all doing amazing.
So what happened is your grandparents have a support system. It wasn't only just your grandparents.
Oh no, there was structure.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like there was structure.
There was a support system.
Yeah.
It wasn't only your grandparents that was doing the job. That during the time that your parents grew up in, your grandparents grew up in, and your parents grew up in, there was a family societal structure.
And I think that because my grandmother had kids early, when she started her career.
Oh, your grandmother had kids early.
Yeah, she started at 16.
That's the point. That's the same thing I was trying to say.
Yeah, my auntie was older. All of them were mainly older.
That's what I'm saying.
She started her stores and her business.
And then the kids didn't need supervision.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
what they are selling to young people
so
these days.
Like if I have my kids and my kids get older, then I can start my career.
I'm telling you that our grandparents were not stupid. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, it's different.
All the commercial women, the women that really did businesses, that had money in their hands.
She was very successful.
They had kids before they started business.
She was very rich. My grandmother was very rich.
They already changed their mindset before, because you see, when you have a child, your life changes.
Of course.
Right?
The moment you get pregnant,
when you have a child, your life changes. Yeah. So after they get that life change, that's where they start business. That's why they have the determination to make it. When you are a single person, that all you know is my parents, my dog, and all that, you don't have. Yo, I'm telling.
So I'm trying to get a dog now. I feel like my dog is also being attacked.
It's something that society is not telling us. They are not telling us. They tell us that after high school, go to college. After college, pursue on a better job. And then when you get a better job, you get a husband. You start a family. But so you sit down for a minute and think about it. Why did they used to do it backwards as we were doing it now?
I get, okay, it makes sense what you just said. Like, I'm sitting here, like, trying to think about the conversation my grandmother and I used to have. You marry early. I get it. But
your grandmother used to say that?
Yeah, she used to say.
Oh, really?
She used to always say, like, oh, when you, like, once you finish school and stuff, she would start talking to you about, so, marriage, that bit. But she was also very enforced on education and making sure that you are positioned in a right place. She has the thing of, don't be a dependent, be a helper. That's one thing she had. Don't be a dependent, be a helper, which I always support that. But I get where you're coming from. But back in the day, structure and our structure is different.
It's not different. We've made it
right now, like you were saying that my grandmother's time, we had the community. And which one thing I love about being in Ghana was it takes a community to raise a child. We don't have that here.
Right.
We don't have that here.
Right.
And in America too, especially in our era, back in the day, I'm sorry, it cost $1,000 to buy a house. Right now, it costs almost how much? I was looking for a house recently. That was when I called the lady. I was like, I think I'll stick with apartment, okay? I was looking for a house, and they were talking about, okay, down payment plus this fee. It costs almost $20,000 down to buy a house. Yeah. Almost.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's different eras.
It is.
So in this era, if I'm not going, if my man and I are not going, it won't work out.
But have you factored inflation in it? Most
think
of the
about even inflation.
But think about this too. Most of the time, anytime that we talk about this, we end up saying, "Oh, back in the day, things were that expensive like that."
Wasn't cost
20 years ago. 20 years ago, $10 was like worth $50 now.
100, maybe $10.
So what's the difference?
Life has changed.
So what I'm saying is, you can. So there's this delusional mentality that is going on right now that does not work. That's why our society is failing. When we keep pushing that you have to do things this way, you have to do. Look at how society is failing. Look at how even back in the day that it was they were not even encouraging women to work and all that. Look at what your grandmother was able to do.
They were not encouraging them to work. Yes.
Look at the playbook that your grandmother used.
She said it really great.
She used that playbook and it works out. Yeah. This playbook that they are using, it doesn't work because by the time you hit 35, if you really want to have a career, you're going to go past 35 before you start having kids.
Because me right now, if I
biologically, it's not good for you.
Okay, me right now, if you say I can't have a career now until after my kids, right? I am 28, almost 29, right? 20. My birthday's coming, remember that? But almost 28, 29.
And to me.
28, 29. By the time I have my first child, I will be, let's pray, I'll be 30, right? By the time I have my first child, I'm 30. By the time my kid turns, let's say 20, I'm 50. What career am I going to build then? At 50, I want to be on a cruise with my friends.
So you see what you just said. So it validates what I said earlier.
I know it does, but I'm just trying to say, if we have to go.
So if you are going for career, what I'm saying is you cannot eat your cake and have it. It comes with responsibility. People need to understand. It looks like a lot of people do not understand. That's why when they are 90 years, we are career. And they hit 40. 45, life becomes so lonesome and it's only them. That's when they start thinking like, oh God.
I know.
If I had known. That's why we're having this conversation. We are having this conversation just to let people to think that, it's not everything that is said to you. Do you know when you go to college and they tell you this is what you have to do, this is why it's not to your benefit. It's for people to make money because it's their job. That's why a lot of people are not. Why are they not even teaching real estate in college? Why are they not doing that?
Taxes. They don't.
Why are they not doing that? They are not doing that because they don't want you to make money. For you to think that you going to school is the way to make money is delusional.
But I feel like it's also the world that we're in, Kumasi. Recently, I was trying to get a job, which I had all the qualifications. The woman was even shocked on my resume. She was like, you have everything. Guess why I didn't get the job?
Why?
I don't have a bachelor's degree. Because that's the world we're in.
Because that's what they are trying to. That's what I'm saying. It's a money machine. They try to just put you in, so you can just come out and wouldn't even have this this experience and all that, and they will give you that job. You know what? It's to push somebody to go and get the 100,000, 200,000 student loan. That's all the goal is. That's all the goal is. But if you wanna, why we are having this conversation is for us, young men and young women, to know the balance, to know what is ahead of us, so you can make a conscious decision. It's not for you to be able to, people to tell you that, oh, this is how it's supposed to be, and then you keep going, and then you reach, oh God, I should have done other way.
Okay, I have a debate. So I remember, I think it was a couple of years ago, I was having a conversation with an aunt of mine at a store, and we're talking about something. I was telling her, oh, right now I'm trying to do, and she was like, good, keep going, because men don't want a woman that will depend. You're saying men like to take care of their women, but there are men in my generation, I can't speak on your generation, but in my generation, that don't like a woman who is dependent on them. They prefer a woman who is a go-getter, a woman who gets up and goes and hustle. They respect a woman who gets up and goes and does, what she has to do, make her bread, get the bag or secure the bag. In our generation, when a woman becomes, let's say, dependent, because there are women that feel like, oh, a man is supposed to take care of me. Right now I'm positioning myself in a way that I will be married or have a man that will, support and be there. But there's also men in this generation that say they don't want a woman that will depend on them. There's a conversation I was having that with my aunt a while ago. What about that?
Hosea 4:6. Hosea 4:6, lack of knowledge by people perish. You see, you need knowledge to be able to maneuver through this storm that we are in. If you don't get knowledge, my sister, you will die. My brother, you will die. For a man, do you know? Okay, so there's a new study that just came out that says that stay-home wives and stay-home husbands work more than the partners that go to work.
Oh yeah.
So why are they saying that when a woman is?
It's a lot of work, because I watch my sister. When it comes to
union, when there is a union, there's nothing called dependency. When you are in a union, which is marriage, there's nothing called dependency. When my wife and I decides that, okay, she's going to stay home for the sake of the kids. She's going to stay home. And I make sure I go to work to bring money. You think my wife is depending on me?
You don't think that way. I'm talking about my generation.
No. It's not a generation, nothing. The problem that we are having is...
You don't think so?
No, the problem that we are having is we have a problem with understanding. That's the biggest problem of... That's why the Bible say, do not be unequally yoked. You have to be equally yoked. When you are equally yoked, you understand each other.
Can you define equally yoked? Because people have a different definition for equally yoked. So please define that. No, I don't want Google definition.
Okay,
I want your definition.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's basically having the same understanding. If I'm coming for you, you and I have the same understanding that this is a union that we are doing. And then in a union, it's a decision making. So you and I come together and make a decision together.
This is the best definition of unequally.
If I am here and you are here, it's a big problem. So when my wife tells me, hey babe, I need you to go cut the grass, I don't see that she's ordering me around. Because I know we are in a union. You understand? Yeah. When I tell my wife, babe, hey, make sure when you get home, go do the groceries. My wife is not gonna look at it like I am controlling her or anything, because she knows that we are in a union. We are building the union. All these rounds that we are doing is building the union.
I understand. Okay.
So it's the problem is understanding. We do not understand. That's why we say, oh, I don't want anybody that I'm gonna. So if my wife is doing my laundry, you think I'm dependent on my wife?
No,
if I'm going to work to bring money home, you think I'm depending on?
But my generation. So we don't depend on.
So basically, actually, we depend on each other.
Of course,
it's a support system. I catch you here, you catch me here.
Balance, yeah.
Nothing is better than the other. You could have all the money. If you don't have food to eat, how you going to function?
Perfect.
You understand? So if my wife is staying home to cook for me and I'm bringing the money, it doesn't mean that my wife depends on me because I have the financial muscle. Every money I make is for my wife.
You have that understanding.
It's not me. It's
your
a lot
generation has that understanding. This generation don't. This generation we live in.
That's why we're messed up.
They don't.
And that's why you and I are having this conversation. That's why we are having this conversation. Because we need to make them understand that. It's not that you are dependent on anybody. The people that, okay, so actually there are some people that want to just stay home, don't want to do anything, and they think, there are some females like that. They want to stay home, don't want to do anything. They think because they are beautiful, they just have to look good, and that's all. And that's all it is. That is when you are, that is not even somebody dependent on somebody. That's a gold digger. That's somebody that just want to reap what they've not.
No, but if we go back, we can also say, I'm a woman.
A woman what?
No, you're saying it's a gold digger.
Yeah.
But if we actually say, we can also say, I'm a woman. A man is supposed to take care of me.
So I'm taking care of you. You
So
take
I'm
care of
staying
me.
home
You know how you take care of me?
Feed me. Give me
By
food.
taking care of the kids.
Think
So
of
if
the
you don't want to take care of the house, don't want to do anything, why should I provide for you and you are not providing anything?
So would you be okay if me as a woman, I'm working, my husband is working, when you come home, you feed yourself? If we're both
of us are working, why not? If I get home, so let's say I get home and my wife is not home. You don't think I should make food so my wife come home, she can eat?
Okay, so what if I stay home, but because of the children, I'm not able to cook? When you come home, you can't cook?
What do you mean that?
Because of the children, I'm running around. Maybe you have two. Let's just say you have 3 kids under 7. Of course, you have to wait for her, not wait for her. One is girl, and you're up and down, and you are not able to cook. When you come home as a husband, can't you cook?
You see, that conversation doesn't even come in.
It does come in.
Hold on. The word unable to cook doesn't even come in. If you cannot cook, all you do is you give a call to your husband. Babe, you know, I cannot make food today. That's all it is, a communication. It's communication. So let's say a man get up in the morning, right? Goes to work. Mm-hmm. He's thinking that he's coming home, there'll be food in the house. Right. And then the man you wait for the man to get home at 7 p.m. and that's why you're going to say, I couldn't be able to cook. Now the man is gonna get up and cook. Everybody's gonna be mad. It's the fact it's the fact that you didn't even, the man is now gonna feel like you didn't, how do I even put it?
Think about him.
It's like you don't even have my interest at heart. You know that you cannot do this. All you do is to place a call. Hey, babe, I couldn't make food. Maybe when you are coming, buy something so we all can eat. How many men will not do that?
Okay, I get it, but okay, there are men right now that I'm asking you scenarios because I personally want to understand the whole. Because now I'm like really rethinking my life in my head, but I just want to have an understanding. So there are men right now that my wife is working, he is working, they have kids together, but they still, I think what's his name said it when he came here, but they still expect their wife to do wifely duties when she gets home. Because what's his name? I forgot his name. Big Mike said it.
You see, that is when somebody does not consider some. So before we get married, there's trust, there's love, right? Mm-hmm. If you love somebody, you're not going to give them something that is above their strength. Mm-hmm. When you love somebody, you're not going to give them something that is above their strength. Okay. Will you give something that you know is above the strength of your husband to your husband? Oh, no. When you know your husband cannot do it, when you know your wife cannot do it, will you do that? No. Why wouldn't you do that? Because you think about that person. Okay. Wouldn't you give water to your person that you love when the person is thirsty? Wouldn't you give that person food when the person is hungry? You will do that. Most of the time you do that. Even people that you do not.
Even people like, hey, I do it for them.
Why would you do that?
Because
you understand?
Yeah.
So when that's why I say that question doesn't even come in. If my wife this woman have popped 3 kids. If my wife cannot make food, what is wrong with me making the food? If I cannot make the food, what is wrong with me buying food home so we all can eat as a family? Mm-hmm. What's wrong with that?
But there are men that will say she's a woman, so she's supposed to.
But what I'm saying is that is not marriage. That is not marriage. Marriage is not like you and somebody are together and you are living together. Marriage is understanding. So if you guys are not together on that level, you are not married. You understand what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, when you are with somebody that doesn't care whether you eat, that doesn't care whether you drink.
Oh, that was his problem.
So what I'm saying is, if a man knows that my wife cannot do this task, and the man is still pushing that task on the wife, that is not marriage.
Okay. I take it. I'll take it. So now, are we saying that a woman having a career before marriage is a wrong thing?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is choose what you think will help you. But I'm giving you the fact that most women that get to that level end up to, oh God, family is more important than career.
Me, I'm seeing on the perspective of income and finances.
How?
No, I get it that family is more important than... I get it that I won't say family is more important and I won't say family is not important, but at the same time, I also think about it from fairnesses. Like I said, today's era is different from maybe our parents' era or your era. Life happens. So let's just say in case, let's say this woman is not working and she's home and then you are the breadwinner, right? I know people say you put things in place as a man. You put things, rainy day. An accident happened, right? Sometimes accidents happen.
Right.
An accident happened, you can't work. Maybe you guys will survive on your savings for 6 months, a year. After that, she still has to work.
Right. You didn't think accidents were, back in the day, accident happened?
I get it, but back in the day, we help each other.
But what I'm saying that we don't do that now. We need to put a system in place. We need to put systems in place. Jasmine, if you and I are married today, right? Okay, so we can decide the kids go to school from 8 to 3. We can decide, okay, my wife is going to do 6 hours. So my wife can just get the kids. You know?
Understandable.
So
I have my career, at least.
So because my wife is doing 6 hours, she can get home and take care of the kids.
Of course.
Right. Okay. Because I'm shorting my wife 2 hours, maybe I'll do 12 hours. I'll go 6 to 6.
Okay.
Right. That is the understanding between the man and the woman.
So then I still have my career.
Yeah, you do have career. What I'm trying to say is the moment that you think that you have to pause family and focus on career, that is where the problem is. That is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know how a lot of people are so focused on, I'm going to work. And they, every day they're doing work. Work. And then they realize they are 40, 45, they are lonely by themselves. Let me tell you a story. That's when I really realized that family is important. It's not just that it's so beautiful. My grandfather, from my maternal grandfather, he's my favorite. He died in 2019, September 2019. Damn, are we in September?
We're in September.
So that's 4 years now. Oh, God. So I went to Ghana, to bury my grandfather. And when I went to Ghana, early in the morning, so I get to Ghana at night. That was a Sunday. So Monday morning, I drove to my grandfather's house. When I went to my grandfather, so all my siblings, cousins and all that from around the world, everybody came. Those that didn't even know never met everybody came down. So when I went to the house, my grandmother was sitting on a stool like that, little stool. So I grabbed one stool and sat right in front of her like that. So when we were talking and having conversations, and the people started coming in. People started coming in and people started coming in. So one time, as we were sitting and having a conversation, I just get up to go use the restroom. And when I was coming back from the restroom, like over 50 people, and I stood there looking at everybody. And all these people were from this woman.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this woman, I'm like, God. That's where my thought on family changed.
Why did it change?
Why
did you feel like when you also die, you want people to come?
I have not seen a lot of people showing love to one person at that level in my life before. That's how it changed So I thought about it. What if my grandmother didn't have kids? And this wasn't all of us though. There was some that couldn't make it.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
You understand?
50.
And all the people, and we were all. It was like, oh God, man. And when I was going home, I had a friend with me, and I was telling my friend, you know, I experienced something today. I've never experienced that before. And I was telling my friend, like, all the people in the house, every single person came from this woman.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of family. It's the support system. The career doesn't give you that, but they do not tell. So you shouldn't prioritize. And the point, especially for females, you naturally prefer humans. So if you made this your focus, that's why. So you know what the young guys of today are doing? So the young guys of today are hanging around the bars at night trying to grab career women because they are lonely. All the guys that they are in the offices with, they are all married.
True. Everybody,
so they are lonely. So the guys just dress good and hang out around the bars to get career women.
I don't go to the bar. I stay home. So come find me in my house because I'm not going to the bar. You won't catch me there. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the reality. The desperation. I'm telling you, you get to a certain age.
You don't care who the guy is. You just...
That's why you realize. So, and the crazy thing is, most of the time, too, they can't deal with the guys. They just need a certain thing from the guy. So they can't deal with them because it's crazy. I'm telling you. You may think that career is everything. But trust me, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. It's not everything.
And don't you think it's also background? Like for me, because of my background, I want to position myself right in life. So I feel like maybe a lot of women are striving hard based on where they come from. I would say the fellow African American women, you know, most of them have had to see their mothers do life by themselves with no father in the picture. I went to school with a lot of girls who didn't have fathers, who only saw mothers working 8 hours, 16, like I said, 16 hours. And I told me and my sister have this thing that we say, we hustle now so that when we have kids, we will not work 16 hours. Also, we will not disappear out of our kids' life. Because I practically raised my sister, right? So we have this mentality that we always say, the moment we have kids, we're not going to have TV or other people raise our kids. So we hustle now. And which me and my sister, we can hustle to save Africa. Okay. I feel like it's based on what we had to see. So don't you feel like a lot of these women making the decision to choose career over family is because of life that they've had to experience in order so that they would not have to experience the same thing they are choosing careers. Because a man will fail you. My career will not fail me.
How sure are you?
A man can fail me. A man can get up one day and be like, he found somebody better. Let's be honest. It happens. A man can wake up today and say, I found somebody better. But you know one thing that won't get up today and say, I found somebody better? My career won't.
Your kids.
My kids will not. Some kids will.
Your kids will
You've
not
met the
your kids will not get up and say, I found somebody better.
You've not met the kids that will be like, you know, forget
so
your
everything that we do in this world is determined by our background. That's why when you don't have a good foundation, it affects you for the rest of your life.
That's true.
You know, everything that we are going through in this world is our background. But what we need to know is lack of knowledge, my people perish. Get the knowledge to be able to make decisions on your own. A lot of people do not know that men can. Okay, so when you put a man and a woman together, men can stand loneliness more than women can.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, men are naturally loneless.
A woman can. No, I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
You sure?
I'm telling you. Men can stand loneliness as compared to women. Trust me.
I don't think the math is right.
Look, it is.
Because there are women that can go decades without anyone and just be okay. I mean,
women always have support system. A man can just get up. That's why when you look at most serial killers are men. Men are loners. Trust me, men are loners.
If it's not loneliness, why will you get up and start killing people?
But what I'm saying is, men are the most loners in this world.
Okay.
Men naturally prefer things. When a man get a golf club and a golf ball, a PlayStation, they can leave. Women don't care about those things.
So that's why they choose career.
Women are maternal. How you gonna choose career? Women are maternal. Women prefer. How many times you've seen a man crying, "Oh, I don't have a child. I don't have a child. I don't have a child." It's women that do that. You know why? Natural. That's how they are wired. It's not society. It's their DNA. So women naturally need family around them. That's why women always have support system. If something happened to a woman right now, probably grab a phone, call somebody. Something happened to a man, keep it to ourselves. We are loners. That's who we are.
No, because you guys have been set up. No, because you guys set up your minds that way.
No.
There are people you guys can call.
No, it's not nature. It's not nature.
It's not natural. I get it, but still.
But still what?
You guys have people you can call. You can call
we have people we can call by our DNA. We don't do that. That's how we are wired. Our wiring is different. That's why a woman can just stay on somebody and cry the whole day. Have you seen a man or somebody crying the whole day?
I have done that. I did that for a whole day, and I started crying. Yeah. I've had a guy cry on me before.
He was just crying to get something, right?
No, he was crying. He was crying because he found out his child was not his child.
That's a different situation. That is that at that level, it's a different situation.
Okay, so that one is okay.
Have you seen a man that let's say a man that the partner have left and then go stay with somebody just to cry?
Oh no! I have done that.
Women do that all the time.
We do that.
Women do that all the time.
We'll call your sister, sis, where you at?
We need people. Men even men feel ashamed even when they're women.
Alone. How do you cry alone? You can't cry alone.
That's what we are different.
I need audience to cry. Like I call my sisters and they're all on the phone, then I can cry peacefully. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why we are different. So if you are saying that this is what you want, if you really think this is what you want, what I'm saying is get the information behind that and make a conscious decision. Because if not, you will live to regret. A lot of people have lived to regret. There are a lot of CEOs that are crying that they didn't have family. They wish they had family. A lot of people. It's not one, it's not two. It's a lot of people that are regretting that they wish they could have had family. That they didn't have family and they have the career. And they wish they could trade a career for the family.
Okay, so what if you have the career, but you still positioned yourself for a family? Like, okay, I want to be married. I want a family.
Of course.
But I'm also focused on my career now that I don't have the family. So I'm not going to say because I get the family, I have to put everything on hold. I understand that you have to make some sacrifices and compromises, which I am willing to make. But I'm saying, okay, right now I don't have kids. I don't have anybody. So my focus is building my career. When I get married, I think the problem is most men expect that because she's built her career. When you get married, I have to put everything on hold because of kids and you. I can't do that. Because imagine the sacrifice you've made now, then having to put everything on hold because I'm married to you now. I'm sorry. That would be a little hard to do.
Nobody's saying put your life on hold because you met a man. Nobody's saying that. What we are saying is before you decide you're going to choose career or family, understand the pros and cons of each of them. Understand the nature, the DNA, the wiring of a woman or a man before you make that decision. That's all we are saying. It's not to put your life on hold. But let me ask you this question, though. So let's say you are looking for a very big job, right? Very big job. Let's say you are in media.
Yes.
Let's say you get a call from the White House to be in the press corps, right?
Facts.
And you get a call that your child has fell from a story building at the school. Same time, which one are you gonna?
I'm going to my baby. I'm going to my child.
Why go to your baby?
My child is my priority.
So basically, you choose family over career.
No, that is a wrong example.
How is that a wrong example?
No, that's a wrong example.
I'm telling you. So the point is, when you do not have a child, you think differently.
But even now, even my nephews and my nieces, I will get up and go do it. So how about that?
Let me tell you this: when you get a call that your niece has fallen from a story building,
I'm leaving whatever I'm doing for my.
But hold on. If you get a call that your niece has fallen from a story building, and you got a call from the White House, you wait.
You really think so?
I know.
I will leave after.
You wait, and you say you probably call somebody. You probably try to see if you're gonna get your sister or you're gonna get a husband, your brother-in-law, and say, "Hey, go over there. I'm gonna come in 3 hours, in 4 hours." That's what you're gonna do. I know that for a fact. But when that is your child,
I'm gonna
go
stop
right
everything.
away.
I don't care what I'm doing.
It's not the same. It's not the same. So if you would do that, then you choose family over.
No, I think every human being will do that. Every normal human being with blood flowing through them, you're going to do that.
Let's be honest.
So you're trying to say if I choose career, I'm going to say somebody else should take care of my child and I'll go do the White House press?
Why? Why not? Because somebody else can take care of your child, though.
I had a friend that used to say, even if her mom dies, right, and they call her, that her mom is dead, and she always used to say that, unless it's Tyler Perry calls her to come shoot a film, and the same moment her mom is dead, she'll go shoot the film because the mom is dead.
It depends on the relationship.
Her and her mom are cool.
I'm telling you. How old is this person?
She's 29, 30.
When you have a child grow inside of you, you think differently. When you have a child grow inside of you, you think differently.
I don't.
A lot of people that have not had children on their own,
they can say a lot of crazy.
You can say a lot of. How many times that people that have never had kids, when they see kids are crying and all that, they get so pissed off.
I know one person, yeah.
Sometimes when your child is crying, it sounds like music to you. You'll be like, "Oh, baby, stop, and you be crying with her too." It is a different feeling.
That is sickness. I'm crying with a baby that's crying. That's madness.
The baby. Did you see the video that was going around with a guy that put a baby in the chair and said, "You"?
Oh yes, I'm one of the Nigerian one. And the baby's just looking at him like, "Are you
look done? At this guy.
Are you done? Let me go and be crying."
That is what babies do to you. That is what babies do to you.
I want one of them.
If you do not have your own, your mindset is different. When you pop one,
perfect. Keep going.
When you pop one, your mindset change. A lot of guys will tell you that having kids have made them responsible.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will tell you that. They didn't even pop it.
I know the most irresponsible guy.
Yeah. But a lot of guys.
The moment he had one kid, he's now, I need to send my, I'm like, hey.
What happened to this guy?
I was like, no, because we were, if I say this is the person that you will call you and fool on the phone, the moment he had one kid, mind you, he's not married. He had one kid. Last time we were talking, it's like, I'm taking an IT course. I'm like, hey. You of all people. I remember when the IT courses started, I spoke to him about it. He was like, he's taking IT course. I'm like, are we talking about the same guy? He's like a whole different human being.
Yeah.
But no, okay.
Why you think so, though? Why you think that
he had
happened?
a child? Because he had a daughter, too.
Oh, God.
He had a daughter.
That changes everything.
And that has ruined that. When you come and see him singing, I'm a Barbie girl, I'm like, why?
Yo, I remember when I had my kids. And my son used to watch this. There was this thing on YouTube called Chuchu TV. And he used to do, Johnny, yes, Papa.
Yes, Papa.
Yo, I'll end up going to work and I'm saying, Johnny, yes, Papa.
That's the beginning of your man.
I'm telling you, this was stuck in my mind. It was stuck in my mind.
You people is madness.
I'm telling you, that's
no,
what
but he was saying in my car, I'm a Barbie girl. Hey. I was like, hey.
You have no idea.
I was like, you are what? Oh, so Charlie, you won't
You will not. You have to experience that.
Nah, this is madness.
Yeah, you have to experience that. A lot of people, especially a lot of people that have great careers, keep saying, oh, I'm blessed. Until they have their own kid. They say, oh, man, I would trade everything for my child.
Okay, so what about the new era thing that women are doing?
Which one?
I'm keeping my career and I'm having a kid. Have you realized that now? Like women are no longer getting married; they're just getting inseminated, or sleeping around and having a kid and keeping their career. I'm going to talk about Inedo is a popular one. Inedo said, when she got married, the husband was trying to stifle her career and all of that. They got divorced, right? She kept her career. And then later in life, she said she wanted to have a kid. So she said she didn't. She did an interview with, I forgot the guy's name. She said she didn't need a husband. She has her career. She just wanted a child. And I've realized that now has become a pattern. Like, it's become a very common thing that I'm hearing women say, I don't need the husband, I have the career, and I'll have the kid. People are doing it now. We sitting from afar, like me, say, I can say, oh, it's working for them, right? And let's say there's no husband, and I have my career, and I have the money, I can have a child. That will also cover that's also family, right? So I'm having the family, and I'm having it's a win-win situation.
It's a dysfunctional family. Society is not supposed to be like that.
But that's the era we're in.
Yeah, that's not what we are in. That's what you chose to do. That's the lifestyle.
You don't think that's the era we're in?
That's not the era we are in. That's
that
the
men are even asking women for their eggs just to have a baby?
No, that's the lifestyle some few people have chosen.
But that's still family. I
still
get the family.
But hold on, you don't get you get dysfunctional family. You don't get a proper family.
My child
when somebody get up one day, and I want you to listen to me very well.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman get up one day, as beautiful as you are, you say your career because your career and having a husband is conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
So you decide that you are rather going to have a child, of which this child is not going to have a father.
Yes.
Are you crazy or you are stupid? Which one is it? Is that craziness or stupidness?
Both.
So this child is not going to have a father.
Mm-hmm.
And this child is going to be raised by a mother. Imagine if this child ends up being a guy. You've messed up his life for the rest of his life. No woman can train a guy, and I'm telling you this.
But then I have the community.
Which community?
Okay, like me right now. Let's say I decide to make that decision. I'm not making that decision. I'm using
right.
example.
Oh yeah, no.
If I choose to make that
you
decision,
dare not make that decision.
I will not. My brother will kill me. But if I choose to make it, I have you. You're there. I have Dennis there. I have men in my life. I have my best friend Pastor Jima in my life that I know that if I decide to have a child and I have a son, my son has men in his life. Without the husband, there's still men in his life. I have the community. What about that?
Why wouldn't you let me make the baby then? Why would you let Dennis make the baby then?
No.
So the child actually have a father?
No. You're my brother.
You see?
I have my brothers.
That's what I'm trying to say.
My brothers are the fathers for this boy.
I'm only trying to tell you there's difference between a father figure and a father.
I get it that there's a difference between a father figure, but still at least he has a father. If I have a child right now, you play as a second father, right? You will.
Fantastic.
When I have a child right now, you play. My mom
fantastic.
had me. My uncles practically raised me.
Fantastic. But what is going to happen is the child is always going to lack when it compared to the peers.
Yes, I lacked it, but still I turned out good. Don't do that, because then I'll laugh. Don't do that.
It's not about so you don't even determine that. You don't even determine and this move that the females are making.
Sorry, whenever I say I turned out good, I'm like, damn, I lied.
You actually did.
I turned out okay.
So this decision that females are making right now, right? It's not only killing them.
How?
It's killing their kids too. That decision is a selfish decision. Do you know the effect of childlessness home? I mean, fatherless home on a child.
We did the statistics. I think our first show.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Have you thought about it? If your child goes to school, and maybe they're in sports and all their friends' fathers come and they don't even have a father.
My uncle, my brother.
They don't even know. It's not even about who you are pointing to. It's who your father is. This child don't have a father. Everybody, every child in this world has a father. Your child do not have a father. Iniedo's child doesn't have a father.
He does. He's just not in her life.
Doesn't have a father. Who's the father? Who's the father?
Artificial insemination.
You see, what they are doing, I'm telling you, there's going to be a point in time that these kids will grow up and look at you in the face and say, you're a selfish woman for making a decision to make sure that I do not have a father, for choosing your career. That's what I'm telling you. At this point, you think the career may be the bigger thing. But there's difference between you having a man and then things that don't work out. At least your child knows that this is my father's family.
I call my father,
yes, even if your father is dead, you know this is my father's family.
But in this situation, you don't even know because it was a...
You don't have anything. This kid doesn't have anything. Is it the kind of family you want to raise your child in?
Maybe not. Okay.
Why wouldn't you stay and not have a child then?
No. Okay, let's say when I'm 40.
So she said, because I want a child.
41.
So it's a selfish move.
How? There's no husband, there's no child. She had to make one. Because 40, like you said, who's going to marry a woman who is 40?
Let me tell you this. You telling me in Edo that they have the chance to have a man in her life.
She did.
It's priorities. It's priorities. She made a priority, a decision for herself. And then when she made that decision, for her to feel validated for the decisions that she made, she chose to bring an innocent child to this world without a father. That's what she did. You may think that, that's what the trend is going, that's what the trend is. But guess what? These kids are going to grow and they're going to look in your face and tell you some stuff that you wish you never hear in your ears.
Okay. I get what... Okay, Iniedo had the chance. She had multiple miscarriages with her ex-husband, right? Let's take it out. Because we've heard men leave their wives who can bear children for other women who can. We see that, especially being Ghanaian, we hear these a lot.
Of course.
So in a situation like this that I can, maybe I've guy married one, there's no child. We've tried that, there's no child. I've tried marriage two, there's no child. I think for me as a third option, I will find, because now IVF, right? Let's say you've tried IVF in your marriage. It's not working out. You make a decision. Let me find another one. I think there was a show on TLC like that. And then they make decisions and get inseminated artificially. Some of them, they're married when they do it. Some are not because of life choices. I've tried getting married, doing it the right way. It's not working out. Why not make this other choice? Then at least I have a kid in this situation. What about that? I'm sorry. This is a really...
It's funny how...
Because if I turn 40 and I'm not married, I might make a decision like that.
That's a selfish decision.
You're there. You're a father.
It's funny how when a man was in the situation, the IVF didn't work, but when the man left,
because
IVF
a different...
worked. Listen.
You know what I mean? A different body part. A different sperm.
Okay.
Donor.
When there's a man, even if the sperm doesn't belong to the man, there is a man and the woman makes a decision. That is the man's child. There's difference between a woman deciding that, hey, I do not want to, I just don't want no man. Basically what they say is I don't want no man to control my life. I'm just going to have my IVF and have my kid and live my life. That's what they are doing. And you know that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is that decision is a selfish decision.
Okay.
Because you have decided to choose a mother for your child, but not a father for your child.
Perfect. I get what you're saying. So if I take, let's say I still have my career, the marriage didn't work, I have a child, and my brother adopts the baby has a father. All you guys want is a father representative, right? No, I'm asking, because people will have that logic. Because Iniedo, she said in the interview that she has her brothers. Because the guy asked him that question. I forgot his name. He's a very popular Nigerian interviewer.
The brothers will end up getting married, and probably their wives will not even allow your son to even come to the house. And this is reality.
So then she will die alone. So you guys would prefer...
Of course, right now in Edo...
I die alone than have a kid that will be with me?
No, what we are saying is you could have made a better choice.
What if I can't find a husband?
To do what?
There are women who can't find husbands.
Oh, God.
It's hard in this street.
Don't do that.
Kumasi, I can speak on it. I'm single.
So if you're single means you cannot find a husband?
No, I'm using myself as an example.
That's what it means. Like if you're single, it means you cannot find a husband.
No, I'm using myself as an example. Since you're married, so it's different. I'm single, right? It's hard out here in these streets. You go on a date and it doesn't... You actually meet a guy, you be like, oh, it's a nice guy.
Life is hard. You keep pushing.
So you keep pushing. You go on dates. You go on dates. You go on dates. Year after year. Year after year. You're 40, and then you choose. Okay, I'm 40. I have my career.
I love it when women try to do this thing.
I have to. Yeah.
I love it when they try to.
You go on date. You go on date. The guys are not guying these days. I'm sorry. These days, these men are not men like before. They're not like stand-up men like before.
It is sad.
And I'm 45.
It is sad when I hear you speak like that.
Me? These days, these guys are not.
When you say that.
What do you mean? That the guys are not doing what guys are supposed to do? They're not.
When I hear you say that guys are not coming and all that.
I'm not saying they're not coming. They're coming, but like the quality is not coming. I'm sorry.
Maybe you have to settle.
Settle. I can't come and be settling.
Yeah.
Wait, you advise me to settle? Hold on.
Maybe
he just switched the show.
Because what I'm trying to say is, you cannot tell me we have all these men, and then you are saying, "Oh, there's no men out there. The men are not coming." I'm not saying you. I'm saying how young girls, young girls keep saying, "Oh, men are not coming. Men are not coming. Men are not coming. Men are not coming." That is not true. Men are everywhere. Probably somebody is in your DM trying to get your attention. You are refusing to give this guy your attention because you have a spec that you need, that you have focused on. There's something that men are everywhere.
I was telling my mom, men are not coming, right? You know what my mom told me?
What?
Men are not coming. Every weekend, somebody's getting married. How are they finding the men? Because I was telling my mom, I was like, oh, men are not coming. She's like, but every weekend, all your friends are getting married. But no, Kumase.
So let me tell you this. Your sister, Talented Child, says, maybe you are looking for a Hollywood quality.
I feel attacked. I'm not looking for Hollywood quality. I'm looking for bare minimum. I'm literally looking for the bare minimum. The bare minimum are even coming, but have other women that they're talking to. The bare minimum are coming, but then it's like,
if you are a young, beautiful woman like yourself and you cannot get a man, there's something fundamentally wrong. That needs to be fixed. It's not even a joke. Like, there's something fundamentally wrong. That has to be fixed. Trust me. Because there's no way that men are dying without even having sex. The women are saying they are no men.
They're not brave enough. Like, we did a show about it. They're not brave enough to come to us.
Men are not brave enough. What are you talking about?
These men the women are pushing themselves more than the men.
The women are making. Okay, so this is what I've realized, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've realized. When women see guys that they do not like, they post their guys up, so the guys cannot even come closer to them. When they see guys that they like, they post it down.
No.
So you should get the hell out of here. Telling me.
Yesterday I was telling a guy that I really like. I was telling him, I was like, listen, I'm never going to force myself on any man. And I made it clear because these days, right, this is how the men want it. That the women are the ones.
Men don't want that.
Most of the men that we are meeting.
Men don't.
I'm using that as
where are we even meeting these men?
In Columbus. I was telling a guy that I really liked. He's a very lovely man. I was telling him, I was like, listen, sir, I'm not about to force myself on any man. The thing is, they'll say, oh, position yourself, show that the man that you like him, right? I position myself, I show you that I like you, and I keep trying to show you that I like you, and you're not making any effort, I start to withdraw. And I'm never about to force myself on any man. I'm not about to beg any man to see me. Most of these relationships that you're seeing now, or most of these guys out there, most of these women are begging them just so that they will see them. Majority of women, if you go on Instagram or Facebook, people are saying the same thing. It's like you're begging just for these men to give you the bare minimum. The bare minimum that you're saying, not money. When you meet a woman like me, I'm not after your money. I don't want your money.
Of course.
Respectfully. If you give me, I will take it. But I don't want your money. I'm looking for a man that I want to share an idea and then we can sit down and talk about it. I want to, maybe I'm coming to the show today. This is our topic. What are we talking about? That we can at least have a dialogue, a regular dialogue. That's all maybe I'm asking for. But we're not getting that anymore. I'm so sorry.
So what do you think the problem is?
The problem is the men are not men anymore. No offense, men are more women, respectfully. Some guys are more women than women are women. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Why do you think that happened?
I don't know.
Why do you think women are becoming more? Why do you think men are becoming
more masculine than even the men?
Why do you think men are becoming more women?
I don't know. I don't. There's a problem. There's something in the water that these men are drinking. I respectfully, there are some great and amazing men out there. Don't get me wrong. I've met a few. They were great and amazing men, but I feel like a lot of the men.
It's because women are training men. Women are raising men.
It's sad.
It's the women that are raising the men. So if you have a problem with men not being men, talk to your mothers. The mothers are creating this problem for the society that we live in.
So that's why we are single. So when we're complaining that we are single, you guys should also understand us.
I do understand.
And when we're complaining that we are almost 35 and we don't have a man,
I do
you
understand.
should understand because women are raising
I
these
do
men.
understand, but I also know for a fact that there have been some great men that come to this women's life and they don't pick them and they treat them bad and they leave. And as a woman, as you are growing, the value goes down.
Hold on. Why'd you do that? I get it. Hold on. Okay, yeah, the value goes down as you go, of course. But you said they'll come, we'll give them a chance. Sometimes they'll come, you give them a chance, and you realize that you've wasted your time. So I'd rather choose a career.
Because, okay, so this is what I have said, right? So I'd rather choose a career.
I'd rather choose a
career. Career will fix that deficit.
Career will not hurt me or break my heart. Guya has never broken my heart one time. He has loved me.
You know how career can easily break your heart?
How?
Think about it.
Losing money? I have lost money and I'm still happy. Yesterday, I was up to almost 4 a.m. and I was happy doing it.
Where would you cry when you lost money?
I cried, but then I still went back. It didn't leave me. It didn't leave me. It never cheated on me. It never called me names. It never, unloved me. It always loved me. It stood by me.
It never hugged you, though.
Why you like this? I'm going to hug my bank account. I'm going to hug my bank account. No problem.
It's just, sis, I'm just telling you what I see.
Okay.
I can only tell you what I see.
Okay.
I have studied the environment that we live in, that you and I live in. And I'm not saying Columbus, the environment that we live in. Women get a lot of great guys. I bet you most women that are watching me right now, you can sit down and in your mind, you could tell at least 3 or 4 guys that came in your life that you knew these guys would have been a good husband. You knew for a fact that these guys, at least
one.
3.
At least one.
That you know in your mind that this guy would have been a good husband for me. But you decided to go for the bomb. And then you go for the bomb. And then it becomes all men's problem. Me as a good man, I feel sad when I hear stories like that. But it is what it is. The light is still there. What I'm trying to say is, if you are a young lady, you as a young lady, make the decision when you have the facts. Don't follow the crowd. Don't get up one day and say, oh, Iniedo didn't have a husband, so therefore I can also go ahead and do IVF. Yes, you can go ahead and do the IVF. Fantastic. You could have a child. But that child will not be a child forever. It's going to be times that you have conversations that you wouldn't want to have. Because this child is not just going to stay down and just not ask you certain things.
My father?
They're going to ask you certain things. This society was not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. And we, as a people, we need to make sure that we make decisions that will affect society positively. It is different that you do not know. It is different that you do not know. But when you know and you still make that decision, that's very selfish, I feel sad for you. Is it a girl or a boy?
She has a girl. Very beautiful young girl.
Of course, Iniedo's daughter.
Very beautiful.
Iniedo's daughter. I feel so bad for this young girl. I feel so bad for this young girl who's going to grow without a father.
But so many people are doing it. It's common doesn't matter. Right now, it's very common.
It doesn't matter. One thing that is nice for me, tattoos. It's so nice. When I see people with it, it's so nice.
So you will not do it.
I will not do it. You know why? Because I know maybe It might be nice to me today, it might not be nice to me tomorrow. That's why I will not do it. It's about decisions. There are a lot of people that have put paintings on their bodies that they've regretted it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That you wish that thing is not there. I've seen people write their girlfriend's names on their body, and now the relationship is no more there. You understand? Life is not about how you satisfy your personal interest. Life is about how you take care of other people. That's what life is about. So you sit down and say, oh, because this man wanted to. When you look at high-profile woman like Iniedo telling me that she doesn't have a man, it baffles my mind. You know, that breaks my heart. Like, how can she even say that? It's just a trend. That's the point. She just doesn't want to have a man. She want to have a man in her life. But have you noticed that in this society that we live in, a lot of women want to be masculine so bad?
Yeah, because
Why?
we have been put in that position. It took me, I'm 20, it took me 28 years for me to now say I need to let my guard down and embrace being loved. Because I've been put in a position that I can't depend on anybody. Personally, I don't ever feel like I can depend on anyone. I've been put in a position that if I don't go, I won't survive.
Define depend. When you say depend, what you mean?
Like, okay, we've been put in a position that we don't have, let's say, parents that we can run and depend on because they are also struggling themselves.
Define depend for me. I want to understand what you mean when you say depend.
Okay, let's see. How do I put it? If I don't go, the bills will not be paid. There won't be a roof over my head. If I don't get up and go, there'll be no food on my table. My phone bill will not be paid. My light bill will not be paid. So I have to get up and go hustle.
So that is what you mean. You cannot depend on anybody.
I can't.
What do you mean by you cannot depend on anybody?
Who am I going to depend on?
You can depend on me. You can depend on me to do certain things for you. I cannot do everything for you. There are certain things I depend on you to do for me.
It's funny. I'm not used to that.
Why?
I'm not used to even, you know how like somebody says, I'll always be there for you. That word hurt me more than anything. The moment a person says that, my guard is up.
Why?
Because it's like so many people have said it, but they're the same ones that turn their back the moment I need them. So me, that words, it like the moment a person says, I'm like, hey.
Okay, so at what point that you can have a change of heart?
So this year I think I was reading the Bible about, I think it was Ruth and Naomi. Yeah, I read the whole chapter of Ruth. And that was when it hit me that, okay, Ruth allowed herself to be loved. So I was okay, God. I know for a long time for years I've done it on my own. I'm not the type that will even call and be like, oh, I need help. I can be sick as anything. I'm gonna get, and there's so many women like that. Because, like I said, they don't have that one person we can call and be like, Charlie, I'm crashing. They don't have it. Me, I don't have, and me too, I don't want to become like a burden on anybody. I don't care what I'm going.
That is not my problem. That's your problem. If you don't want to, if I don't have a problem, you have a problem. That's your problem.
You might. Helena always says something. She says, "How long will a person help you? They will help you, and then they will get to a limit. They will stop." Helena Bento,
but help is not forever.
Help is
not forever. It's a help to get you on your feet.
And then sometimes when a person is helping you, it's like you become a burden to them.
How?
You may not see it that way, but it happens.
No, it's not like me. I'm not saying that. I just want us to be considerate to each other.
Of
you
course.
Understand? So let's say I know a lot of family members having issues because their family members come to live in their house and all that.
Of course. Yeah.
Let me use this as an example. If you, my cousin, oh, you got a chance to come to the U.S., I'm here already. I said, bro, come. I tell you, hey, I'm going to give you 6 months. You know, by 6 months, you should move out.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've done something. You have to make efforts that, hey, this man gave me 6 months. I'm going through a sacrifice. I had a friend. Let me tell you, this is a true story. When I had my first child, right? And I had a friend that had come to the U.S. that didn't have anywhere to live. And at that time, my sister-in-law had come to help me and the wife. So she had moved down here. So I'm living with my sister-in-law, my wife, and my newborn son. my friend moved here, and I gave my room, the room that my sister-in-law was supposed to live in. I gave that room to the friend, right? And guess what? My sister-in-law had to sleep with my wife. And guess where I was sleeping?
The couch?
Couch. And my friend was sleeping in there.
Oh, wow.
I made that sacrifice for him for some time. So the fact that I have made that sacrifice, so because of that, I'm not going to take anything from you.
Get on your feet.
Get and leave. You understand? I made that sacrifice for a friend. This is not even a family member, a friend. You know? And my wife is on the line. She knows about what I'm talking about. I did this for this guy. So when it gets to a time in life, you don't wait for me to get tired of this situation.
You have to make go, of course.
Because sometimes if my wife needs to come to me, my wife have to come to me in the living room. Do you think it is right?
No.
But I did it. That's how we help people. I went overboard. And when I tell anybody, they're like, why the heck did you do that?
Let me ask you, when you need help, have you ever had that kind of help?
I have not really been I've not really been a person that for some reason God always take me out. I don't know. Like it could be so bad, like I don't even have money to pay my mortgage sometimes, and for some reason God will come through for me. You know, I don't know. I'm just lucky that way. I've not been at that position. You know, but if the case should reverse, for me to be in that situation, I wouldn't live in that house for 3 months, knowing the sacrifice that guy was making for me. You understand? If I have to do the best I'll find a way out.
Luckily, the guy has somebody, but I'm saying so many independent women, the reason why they do that because they may not have that.
Maybe they don't seek. You see, when people
it's
start...
hard, though. Imagine me calling you, Kumasi, like, Charlie. Me, it's hard. Me, personally, it's hard. I can't. The days that I don't have money, I will come up with... I can't. It's hard for me to even ask, like, Charlie, can I get... it's hard.
You know the person I'm able to borrow money from, my wife. I borrow all her money.
Me, I get my sisters too. Yeah,
it's hard. I know
it's hard. I can't.
Especially when you are in a society and you are seen in a specific way. Yo, bro, maybe here I'm saying be a man bill.
You dear will not.
Nobody.
You dear will not.
It's hard. Yesterday I was even saying it on the radio. I was telling them that. Yo, when I need help, nobody helps me. And
as a woman too,
I think it's like they don't even take it serious when I say,
"Are you?"
Yo, bro, I'm broke.
When you say you're broke,
look at me and they are laughing.
Okay, I still need money. That's me.
Okay. I'm goddamn broke, but nobody like what you say. That's why I don't even say it anymore, cause
I would never believe you.
You know,
the day you ever tell me you're broke, I'm just
nobody believe it. That's why I don't even talk about it.
I still need money.
It's sad, you know, but. My point is, people are willing to help my sister.
I hear you. I think I can speak on my personal why I'm so independent is because a lot of times, even when you need help and you ask, especially in our society, especially even you ask men, they're looking for something in return. If you ask a man for help, I've been put in that position before. That they want you to sleep with them. Then they will help you. So many women, the reason why it's so hard for me to judge people, I know people will be like, oh, you did use. It's not like I see good in every. The thing is, I don't know why this person made the decision that they made. So many people have made decisions that if regret was written on their head, you will see it. They've made decisions because they had to survive. And me, I had to wake up one day. I think this was 2019. I woke up and I was like, I don't care what life is. I'm going to get up and figure it out. I'm not calling anybody for help. I'm not depending on anybody. I'm going to get up. Whatever I have to do. Me, I'm the type, I tell people, I don't care if I'll stand at McDonald's and work.
Of course.
I will hustle. If I have to stand on the streets and clean and make my money, I will make it because there is nobody. Because as a woman, if I go ask for help, a man wants to sleep with me before they help me. So in order for not to do that, I'll just find my way myself. So it's so hard for me to ask for help. This is the first year I've decided I had to sit and unlearn so many things. And I was like, I'll let my guard down. Right now, I'll tell people, pink is my favorite color.
You're a woman now.
I'm about to be as feminine
Stop liking blue. You like blue too much.
I love blue though. But this blue looks good. But it's okay. Blue and pink work out. I'm going to allow myself to be loved and not be afraid, because I think for a long time when you're loving me, I have a guard. And I'm always counting. I'm just like tick tock, tick tock. I'm waiting for when you will unlove me, because I'm used to people loving me with condition. And that's the honest truth. So many women who are in my position are used to people loving them with a condition. So me, when a person comes into my life, my older sister is always saying it. He's like, when are you waiting for them to leave? And that's something that now I'm learning to, like, thank God for therapy. Like, okay, it's not a good thing. Because me, the moment you come into my life, I'm just waiting for the day you tell me I'm done with you.
Have you heard something called attraction?
Yeah.
So whatever you attract is what happens.
It's who you are. Oh yeah, I had to. I'm learning that too. But so, I'm just saying.
If you keep telling yourself you're a winner, you're a winner, you're a winner, you win.
You win. Oh yeah.
If you keep telling yourself, that's why they always say plan A is plan B is a distraction.
It is a distraction.
I want to be a doctor, but if I couldn't be a doctor, the moment you say, but if I couldn't be,
it won't work out.
You know. So it's something that we all have to do. Sometimes, when you are dying, especially men, it's hard for men to even seek help. That we are dying, back pain, leg pain, knee, everything, but we are still moving because we are supposed to, take care of certain things.
Yeah.
We all just have to be, I think Helena said it, the last time she was here, she said we have to be vulnerable and all that. It's something that we have to do. If you need help, ask for help. I'm telling you, there are genuine people that are there to help. Sometimes it might not be money. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to you.
Yeah.
For just a minute. And it will change your perspective. You have no idea. Some people that have spoken with me and they've changed my mind. I was just having a conversation with a man that I know and I respect a lot. Somebody texted him to do something for him. And I was asking him, but why didn't you get mad? Why weren't you mad for that person to even send you this kind of message? You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. And then he looked at me and he smiled and he said, I just ignored it. Like how he said it. He said, I just ignored it. I said, what do you mean by you just ignored it?
Just ignored it.
He said, he sent a message, right? Did I reply? I didn't reply. I just ignored it. I said, I interpret that what she said as disrespect.
Yeah, I will. Okay.
That's what I said. I interpret that. And he said, maybe you need to stop interpreting this.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, maybe you need to stop interpreting this.
You may never know.
And just ignore it. If you feel like you are not on that vibe, just ignore it. And it changed my life. Just that 3 minutes conversation changed my life on so many things.
Oh, wow.
You may not know what somebody, this thing that the man did for me is worth more than thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
Don't react to everything.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he's done. So when somebody does something to me or something against me, and I look at the person and I don't say anything, it's not like I can't do anything. Because I know that when I come back, probably something bad will
happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna get you back.
Yeah, that's why I just do that. So just in as much as you would think that nobody will help you,
it's okay. We are unlearning.
Yeah, we just have to unlearn.
I'm waiting for the special Mr. Prince that will, I can let my guard down for. But for now, I'm living my career life.
But don't you think? But don't you think you have to let the guard down before the?
Yeah, so that's why I'm working in my soft life era. I've tried. I've started.
Oh, you started a soft life? Oh, no, I'm not.
I'm living my soft life era.
So what is soft life though? What's soft life?
I can't come and kill myself.
But what is that?
For me, I define soft life.
A lot of women say soft life, soft life.
It's Instagram started it. I define soft life as letting my guard down and allowing myself to be loved. That's me, because that's one of the things that I have done and I have not done. So for me right now, soft life is allowing myself to be loved, allowing the man that's his job to take care of me. Taking care of me does not mean, my whole life is dependent on you, but allowing you to be a man and allowing myself to be the woman. I think that's what it is for me in
So
this era.
allowing yourself to be a woman, what is it?
Allow myself to be loved. Allow myself to be catered for. You know, I do the catering all the time, but I want to be catered for. I want to be loved. I want to be pampered. I want to be what a woman is supposed to be. The real intention of what a woman is. What Boaz did for Ruth. I want to be the Ruth in this situation. I just want to be me and just live and just breathe. That's my soft life. Everybody can define it differently, but for me, my soft life is just allowing myself to finally be loved. That's it.
I like that. All this conversation that we are having this conversation not for us,
For everybody.
but for everybody, including us.
Yeah.
You know, it's conversation that has not been had in some time, and we think we need to have these conversations.
Yeah.
All what I have been saying is, before you choose one over the other, whether you choose career or whether you choose family, just understand that it all has pros and cons. So you make a conscious decision that this is what I am choosing. Don't just choose because everybody is choosing that. It may not be the one for you.
Yeah.
That's me. Just give me your last word, so let's get it.
I think exactly what my brother said, but for me, I'll say, hey, life is choices. Make your choice. If career is what you desire, God bless you. Family is what you desire, go for it. As for me and my generation, we're choosing family and career. Okay, 50-50 is the way to go. But no, I'm choosing family. Of course, family is everything. Without them, I don't know what life will be. So yeah, that's me. And I want you all to live your life and live your soft life. But before we go, let's say thank you to our sponsors, RG Kids, for all they specialize in maternity kits and baby shoots. If you need to reach RG Kids, we can give them a call on 614-254-2151. Or find them on Instagram as RG_kids_portrait. Believers Attire. I'm rocking one. Kumasi rocked one as well. Believers Attire is a Christian themed t-shirt which aims to start conversations and to motivate and affirm our trust in God. If you want one of our shirts, I know, get the blue one, okay? It's 220-465-0822. 220-465-0822. You can reach out to them and get yours today. Inkwell Printing. If you need business cards, volume copies, envelope, brochures, promo items, flyers, carbonless forms, booklets, invitations, rubber stamps, photos, and many more, you can reach out to Inkwell Printing. They are located on 1900 East Dublin Granville Road, Columbus, Ohio 43229, or you can give them a call on 614-888-2201. And that's it for our sponsors. Don't forget to find us find All That Matters on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and all digital platforms. You can find us as Revolt Media. And that's it for today.
All right. Thank you guys for always being there for us. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, our producer. Thank everybody for always being there for us.
I appreciate it. Bye, guys.